Morning, chaps. It's 6:15 in the morning. Sun's breaking. Surprisingly mild night last night, although a little bit chilly this morning. But then again, I've been up since 4, so got to do some bits and pieces in town today. But I'm thinking to myself, I'll take a different route on the way back. I walked it once before, and there were lots of little places that I wanted to explore. So I thought to myself, well, I've got to go to town. Let's take a different route back and see what I can find. And seeing as how it was nice and mild, and it seemed to be, it looks like it's going to be a good day today as well. Oh dear, I do like it going into dark tunnels. Oh God, all this graffiti now, it's just so annoying. It's bad enough we have to have all these great big roadworks and big concrete walls and everything else, but there's some unimaginative tags, sprawled up all over the place. It's just not original. I mean, I remember back in the 70s when graffiti was an art form and it had a social message. Now it's, oh look, I'm Gromit or whatever. Here's my tag. It's just not creative. It's just not saying anything except look at me. Oh dear. Still, everything seems to be quite. I don't think it rained last night, but everything seems to be damp, and even I'm damp as well. I feel a bit damp, but that's the humidity, I suppose. Sign of a good start to a day, I suppose. So I'm going to take a different route on the way back. Should keep me occupied for 5-6 hours. So basically I'm heading into reigate. And then some part of the Reigate Hills and everything else, and then back a long way. And then I'll get back, I should be sufficiently sweaty enough to enjoy a nice bucket of water. Oh dear. Anyway, if I see anything interesting, I'll be sure to post it. Take care. 9:30 in the morning, and I'm in the Reigate Hills. And I decided to take the path less trodden, and I think I made a big mistake. It's a bit steep, and I don't actually think it's a path. Could be an animal pathways. I started, so hopefully it will join up with another major footpath presently, but it's a pretty steep climb. It's a pity you can't see that through the trees. Anyway, I am sweating my balls off. I shouldn't have worn my sweats, but managed to pack it away in my backpack. Dear, it's going to be a long walk today. It's a good thing I bought an extra bottle of pop. But we'll see what we can find in these woods. Looks like some lovely. They're not elderberries, are they? I wonder what they are. I'll get my book out in a minute and see what there is. Okay, I'm going to have to keep walking. I shall catch you later, boys. made it to at least one stopping spot, and just got to show you this, the views. Are absolutely stunning. You can see the town, that's Reigate down there, I think. Well, that's Reigate over there, I think. That's the Reigate town centre. And then it's all some really lovely houses around here. All nestled away in the base of the hills. But yeah, the views, oh look at, there's a house right up there in the, right on the top of the hill there. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Still, I'll have a quick break here and still got to go up. So catch you later, guys. Can't believe I did get a video of it. Yeah, walking through the Reigate Hills. I think it's part Pilgrim's Way anyway. Can't believe how popular this route is. There's an awful lot of hikers, dog walkers around this way. The woods are stunning. I wouldn't have thought you could, with the amount of people going through here, you could get away with building a camp. But yeah, there's a lot of places you could just literally disappear and hide into. Oh, look at that, some nice on that tree over there. I don't know if you can see it. Nice lump of chicken in the wood. Chicken in the woods. Big mushrooms. Certainly a lot you can forage around here as well. But yeah, I'm gonna stop off, and if I see anything interesting, keep adding it. Right, just been past the pumping station here, and we got Reigate Fort here, and I never understand this sort of logic in this, but here's another pointless gate. Honestly, seriously, I mean, why have they got a gate here when there's nothing else around it, and it's locked? Oh dear. Yes. Okay. Are we allowed in the? Are we allowed in there? Oh, I think we are. Let's take a look around, shall we? Oh, that's already open. This is all to defend against the French. And now they're telling us what to do, and the Germans. Sort of reminds me of Intramuros in the Philippines. They have an old Spanish fort there as well. Let's see. Tool store. What is down here? It's the barracks, could be. Let's have a quick look. Just locked up. Storeroom. Yeah. Barracks all locked up. Let's take a look at the views. Obviously, when this was built, there weren't that many trees around, but obviously you had a commanding view. Probably all the drill grounds. Oh, look at that. It's a nice house. Big ditch. We don't want those pesky froggies storming it without a battle. Bit of a battle getting up here as well. May as well get there. It must have been a really hard life as a soldier in those days. But still, we do what we can with what we've got. And especially at the time, we have it. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to carry on walking. Catch you later. Right. I'm at the top of the reigate hill now, just past the fort, as you know. This is the view from the other side of the hill. And that's, I don't know, is that Croydon? London? Anyway, there's a helicopter. Some, again, stunning views from up here. Ah, dear oh dear. He's a bit noisy, isn't he? Anyway, carry on walking. Well, it's 11:15 in the morning. Traipsed all the way into Reigate, up the Reigate hills. Beautiful views. Come down through Gatton. Got off the National Trust route. Headed towards an old route that I want to check out some other places. Unfortunately, the road is just absolutely. There's no sort of like pavement along the road. The road is absolutely, it's really busy, quite dangerous to walk along, because these cars are just zipping past. Last time I walked, I think it was a Sunday, so there's hardly any traffic. So anyway, I took a detour, cut across a couple of fences, and I'm walking along the woods alongside the road, and they're really quite beautiful. I think it's all part of Gatton Park or something else like that. Yeah, it's a shame though that a lot of the when you're walking along the side of the road, how much rubbish there is around this area. And that's just a little bugbear, isn't it, I suppose? Just throw stuff out of the windows, stop in the middle of the night and fly tip everywhere. Still, yeah, I'm just having a breather at the moment. I've gotten down to the bottom walking along. Woefully miscalculated how much fluids I should be bringing. He's sweating like a... I don't know. So yeah, just take a break. Oh, pardon me. So what time did I start off? 6:15 in the morning, so that's 5 hours I've been out. I knew I should have finished what I had, that little bit I had, and asked that stall that I saw at the top of Reigate Hill to fill up cheekily. I don't know, they're there to make money. I don't think they want to give out free water when they're selling it, do they? But anyway, I see a house, and I might cheekily ask for a refill. Anyway, again, these woods are lovely here where I am at the moment. There's the road just over there, but I'm in these woods here, and they're really quite beautiful, apart from lots of rubbish around and all that. And of course the M25 just over there as well, the other side of this road. There's a meadow and everything else. There's the M25. Where I want to get to is just near there. There's a couple of spots I sort of earmarked for exploration. They're near water supplies as well, so that's why I wanted to check them out. Anyway, catch you later. It's 12:30. I cheekily asked this it said farm, but it turned out to be a resting place for old buses. But they kindly let me fill up with water from their tap, which is gone already. It is blinding. It's so hot. I tell you, it's so hot, I've had to stop and rest and give my feet a little bit of a breather. My socks are soaking. They're sopping. Oh, so yeah, they feel really nice and cool in this breeze. There's a slight breeze when the cars go past, especially. I think there's a church nearby. Yeah, I think I'm on the right road. There's a church nearby. I might stop off in there and maybe charge up a little bit while I'm... I think I may. As I said, I keep meaning to get a new tablet or a camcorder, a proper camcorder. I don't know what's wrong with my trusty old tablet E. I know they're dirt cheap at the moment, and it cost me a lot of money to get the screen repaired, but you get attached to some things, So yeah, either get myself a better tablet with a better camera on it, and get myself a decent camcorder. What to do, eh? This is a busy road. I mean, last time I walked it was Sunday, hardly any traffic. So, yeah, working day, loads of traffic. Anyway, gonna head on to that church in a minute, put my shoes back on, I suppose. Catch you later. It's about 3 in the afternoon now. I ran out of water. I stopped at church near Merstrom, St Catherine's I think, and had a little bit of a charge up, and also they kindly filled my bottles up, and I'm about to finish one now. But I just got back to the second spot that I earmarked before. It's the Sinkwell sort of thing, yeah. I think I've posted a video on it before. As you can see, it's got the big hole in the ground over there. And I had a quick look around before, and then promptly got lost in the farmer's field. So I'm just going to walk around here now. I know there's the major junction for M25, 23 and all the other A roads nearby. Again, the only real drawback I can think about with this place is the lack of water. There's absolutely no water here. There's obviously when it rains it goes somewhere, probably down that Sinkwell. But there's no natural flow anywhere. There's no river flows or anything else like that. But yeah, this place looks like it's definitely good for a camp. I just don't know how often the farmer would walk around this area. depression over there, and that's the motorway access over there. Yeah, I suppose we could build a camp here and you'd be hidden. There's hardly any hikers. Funny, you've seen a couple of cyclists on this road. I'm just thinking, hey, you're about, when I'm thinking about water and everything else, all those other little supplies that you need, you're a 30 minutes, 45 minutes walk away from the nearest sort of like village shop. I suppose, yeah, if you walk briskly, you could do it quite quickly. But this place is definitely good for overnighters, definitely. And yeah, cheap camp if you're willing to hike around for your supplies. I have to say, there's the farmers' fields over there. I don't know how often, and I think in the top part of this walk, when I was along here before, I found that big bag of shells. So I'm just thinking to myself, as he come around this area shooting things up, well, at least it's all fenced over there, so I don't know, really don't know much about this, but yeah, I think, yeah, over in that section over there and behind me would be a good place to start building a camp. At least a temporary shelter. Anyway, the church has a tap outside and a power socket. And I took advantage, took my socks off and turned the tap on and just stuck my feet under. But I'm sitting in the church and I realised something. My God, I stink. Yeah, so yeah, I decided 3 o'clock in the afternoon, checked out the other place on the Gatton, near Gatton Woods. Yes, another great place to camp, definitely. If you don't mind, it's the M25 is right there. You've got this big wall, yeah, and that's it. The M25 is right on top of you. Again, if you don't mind the noise of traffic, it's a great place to camp. Overnighters and all that. There is a water supply, deep water. One of those. It's very brackish. It's full of bulrushes and there's water there. There's a big pond of it. It's been recently sort of the lawn has been cut, the grass has been cut around the sides, so people do come in and take a look at it. But part of the fence at the other end of it, not at the gate end, the end of it is all been broken down. So you could build a camp there if you don't mind the noise of the traffic. But having said that, you're about an hour and a half from the nearest store or anything else like that. So you'd have to stock up and get some proper water filtration. The only other problem, because it's on the motorway, I would be worried about the water runoff and the chemicals and everything else. So that's sort of like put a sort of a bummer on it. But I do like this spot here. It's one of the more potential ones. Anyway, blinding hot week this week. I hope we get more rain for next week. I checked my brook this morning, my little stream. It's a trickle again. Well, barely a trickle. Oh dear. Yeah. I was looking at all these, like, you know, water valves, water things you find in the road everywhere. And I saw these councillors watering the council property and all that. And they opened up this thing, and they got the pipe, screwed it in, turned the cock on, bang. And I was just thinking to myself, oh, I'd love to nick those, get those things. Because, you know, to solve a water supply, a water problem, all you need is those stop cocks, don't you? There's a bit of pipe you screw in with a tap on it, and then the key sort of thing to open up the valve. Water. I'm thinking I'm just going to go to the edge of that hole, pee into it. Now I'm going to stop here for a while and just enjoy it. And yeah, there's plenty of material to build a shelter with. Wouldn't really need to tarp it up either, there's lots of debris around. So, project. Yeah, like I said, I just don't like the idea it's 45 minutes from the nearest shop. Anyway, I'm going to head on back after this. If I see anything interesting on the way, I'll be sure to let you know. Take care. Oh. 10 to 5. I just got back and I am absolutely shattered. It's probably the wrong day for a long hike. It's just blindingly hot, and I don't know. I don't know. Don't think I drank enough water. A couple of refills, that's about it. But I'm back, and let me check my little trickle. Oh dear. No, it's not flowing. And there's a big, in my little well thing, there's a big pile of sediment. So we're going to have to dig that all out. But we got another, what, 2 or 3 days of this? I mean, I've got half a bucket of water here. Yeah, I've got enough for a good wash. I don't think I'll bother to boil it up. I'll leave it in the sun for a while. Leave it in that little sunbeam for a while. I need a coffee. Need a beer. Need several beers actually, come to think of it. yeah, got to think about doing these long hikes. You've got to have some money on you, or plenty of water, or other fluids, and anything else. And I didn't get to. It's a hell of a walk. Base camp, Red Hill, Reigate Hills, all the way Gatton to Reigate, all the woods up around that area, Gatton Woods, Gatton Point, Merstrom. Oh, jeez, through everywhere. I think I must have done about 20 miles today. I checked out some of the spots. I think I mentioned it in a couple of earlier videos. There's only one I really like, and that's and there's a couple of spots near the church as well which might also be suitable. If it's like a 10-15 minute walk from a water source, even 30-minute walk, then it's not so bad, you know. But you'd have to be carrying, for that walk to be you'd have to be carrying like 30-40 litres. I mean, if you're cooking and cleaning at the same time, you know, you can get through 5 litres easily a day. And having a bath or a shower or anything else, you can get through 10 to 20 litres. Which still reminds me, maybe tomorrow I'll wander on down to the builder's yard, or no, actually I'll go wander into Red Hill again tomorrow. I'll use the library, do some research. I've got a load of videos to upload as well for July, and it's already August. But because I'm sticking them all together now, they're much bigger files and eat up your bandwidth from the library. Anyway, I'm going to chill out for 5-10 minutes, have a coffee, smoke, get some grub ready. It's going to be pasta because I'm feeling really hungry. I found 2 packets of crisps in Red Hill. I don't know, 1 pack on the floor, 1 pack on the wall. They were still sealed, so oh, perfect. So that's all I've had so far. And as much as at the top of Reigate Hill with that Junction 8 or something else, that nice little drinks place up with the view. Wish I had some money, I would have. Yes, it's up there. I tell you, on days like this, you go to a place like that with the view, you need beer with you. Oh dear. That always makes hiking fun. And yeah, gonna get something to eat. I think I've got a tin of corned beef, so pasta and corned beef. Yeah. Maybe do noodles. It's easier. Cook it outside for a change. See if I can filter off some more water. It's a pain. You've got weather like this. We've got a whole week of this. So I'm hoping next week it'll start to cool down and the rains will start to come. Anyway, catch you later on if I've got anything else to think about. Otherwise, catch you later, guys. Right, I've just poured my thermos of coffee, thermos of hot water rather, poured another pot to cook my pasta in, fried off some corned beef, mix it all together. Don't have any soft drinks or anything else to go with it, and unfortunately I've run out of fresh water. All I've got is the filter water with that being boiled. So yeah, got an extra cup of coffee, my smoke, and I've just boiled up basically a pot, that's about 1.5 litres, almost 2 litres of water to put in my bucket to have a wash. Oh, I feel great. Okay. Eating, coffee, smoke. Gonna check my internet later and everything else. I've got my game. I've had a really good long walk. Not terribly productive. I did want to come back with some extra wood, but I've still got plenty here. Do that tomorrow or Sunday. I'm sitting outside. Cooked it all up outside. It's too hot inside the shack. It's too hot inside the shack. It's usually the coolest places around. As I say, this little cedar stove, yeah. If you keep feeding it, and keep a steady flame going, steady heat going, 4 or 5 buttoned twigs and everything else at a time, that pumps out a lot of heat. I mean, I've had that shack up to 35 degrees according to my little hanging thermometer. I know heat rises and everything else, but 35 degrees. And that was when I was just testing it out before the ducting went in. Normally I keep it at around 25 to 30. Early morning, when it's chilly, get the fire going, just feed it up. I'll wait till the shack gets up to 25, 30 degrees inside. Oh, it's heaven. Then I just sit there and just relax, It's all of this is just, this wash outside and everything else. I just suddenly thought to myself, last time I had a wash in cold, freezing ice around and snow around, it was bracing, it was really invigorating. That's the word, Ooh, you got to chill hot water. Oh, it's really good. It's really quite good. But I'm thinking to myself, if I build the shower unit, of course I'd just carry on as normal, boil the water up, pour it in the bucket. I'm going to need a bigger bucket. Now these buckets are about 5 litres, 6 litres. They're not very big. So I'm going to need to get something like, 20 litres of hot water. Obviously I'd love to get one of those like stoves that heats water, so you get, I've seen them, I've seen people do this before. My Zippo, well, it's not exactly a Zippo. It's basically you got your stove and the water flows around the back end of it. So as it heats it up, so the cold water comes from the bottom, and the hot water flows right back up, and it just keeps on a continuous cycle. So the more you keep it fueled up, the hotter the water gets. To take up to 30 minutes, and you'll have a water butt full of water. As I say, I've seen it done. In about 30 minutes, you'll have a water butt full of hot water. And I'm thinking to myself, I'd love to do that, but that's a lot of fuel. It's a lot of wood you've got to keep burning. Just have a really, really hot shower, or a long hot shower. Those butts are 100 litres. I've seen those little solar stills, solar bags, solar water packs you can buy. They're very cheap and everything else. And stick them in the sun, but would they work in winter? That's another issue. See, we got about 4 months, 5 months of wet, cold, wet, freezing, snow, ice, slush, and then it gets cold, it's wet and everything else, and then the sun comes up. Admittedly, this year we've had some, 8-9 weeks glorious wet weather, which is sort of like unheard of in the UK. 2 weeks, that's your lot. Yeah, you're British. 2 weeks good weather, that's all you get. Like 2 weeks holiday, that's all you get. I suppose it is the English weather that makes us such a hardy bunch. The Scots more hardier than us weak Southerners, I suppose. I don't know, I just suddenly thought of a lot of jokes which are not politically correct. I mean, I liken our Great British Isles as a family. You know, we're cousins, brothers and sisters. And of course we all argue and fight amongst themselves. Some of us throw bigger hissy fits than others. But when we're all threatened, like any family, any community, we band together. And that's what makes us great British, I think. It's one aspect. And it's, again, our Commonwealth. Well, what have we got? We've got 54 nations. Isn't it 54 nations in our Commonwealth? 2.1 billion people in our Commonwealth. And if we stay in the EU, we're not allowed to trade with them. Simple. We're going to give up all of that, our own independence and everything else, for the sake of 500 million, less than 65 if we left, and 24 nations, 15 of which are broke. Yeah, okay. That and the fact that they've used this, our wars in the Middle East, as an excuse to open up the whole of the Northern Hemisphere to unmitigated migration. I mean, again, I'm not against it, but you don't just sort of like say, yeah, integrate, diversity, yeah, the big boom. There you are. Welcome to our land. Take what you like. I mean, again, I'm a product of multiculturalism. My mother Indonesian Chinese, my father's English. And I know a lot of, again, interracial couples. Some of my best friends are in mixed relationships. And quite honestly, you know, yeah, I'm all for it. But it's born out of love, you know. It's born out of it's mutual respect for each other and everything else, and it's born out of love, not boom, get on with it. It doesn't make sense, you know. So anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean to get political. I suppose it's the heat. It's addled my brain a bit. What I learned, I've got to start. Oh dear. It's now after I've had my wash, my food, I'm chilling out. It's a nice evening tonight. I don't know if you can see the outside. It's really nice. My brook though is suffering. I suppose because it's been so dry for such a long time, it's just run off straight away. Hasn't had a chance to soak into the ground. But I noticed some of the pathways that must have had some torrents going down there because they've it's unearthed the underlying what do you call it, the matting and everything else to keep everything good close. I've been thinking about doing some repairs myself, because if I do the repairs then they won't get any official people coming around to do repairs. Sniffing around. Oh dear. It's a lovely day today, it has been. And I think we're in for the same tomorrow. So what do I do? I need to sort some... Do I need to sort anything out? I need to get more wicker. I mean, long twigs for my fencing. Well, I've got a fully charged battery. Everything else is pretty well charged up. If I have to, I can just pop into the church and charge up. As I say, as a traveller, as a hiker and all that, churches are often some of your, sort of like best places to stop and have a rest. They're usually very cool inside, and if the rector's around or the verger or someone is around, they're always willing to help out, have a friendly word. And I think we're very lucky in this area. All the churches I visited, most of them are kept open, which is good. It's sad that some of them are locked up because they get vandalised by kids. Sad. Churches are, even though I'm not religious, but they are a centrepiece to most communities. And we should be focused on that a lot more. Again, you don't have to be religious to enjoy the community. Anyway, the one thing I've found out living out here is that you can stop and have a chat with a complete stranger. You could have a chat and a conversation. I think I mentioned it before. You say hello to someone in the city, they go, oh, what do you want? What do you want? Oh, sorry, I can't talk. It is certainly a different lifestyle. And it's nice to have a chat with people. Anyway, 15 minutes, I'm boring you. I've had a good meal. Asterisk corned beef. When you're hungry though, it's a good meal. Got my coffee. I've had my wash. Filtering some water. The only thing that's missing is beer or whiskey, vodka. I might treat myself to one of those big fridge packs. Sit here and just drink a lot and try and make some penny stoves afterwards. Which actually reminds me, I've got a box full of empty cans. I've really got to do something. Okay, I'm going to start looking on Amazon for a Dremel set. And oh, waterproofs. I need waterproof leggings. That's another thing. I remember last year I had some Gillettes extra large, but they split very quickly. I bought another pair and they didn't last too long. They're cheaper ones, so I'm going to have to fork out a little bit more. I might get some of those military waterproofs. Only 12 quid, but they're big and bulky, you know. But they will keep you dry. I was even thinking of investing in a bivvy bag. But I've got to get myself a couple more fleeces because a friend of mine's going to stitch them together and make an inner lining or a fleece sleeping bag, so I don't have to fork out for a winter sleeping bag. So a combination of the two, the sleeping bag I've got now is only 2 season, even though it's rated for -5. Plus the inner and a fire. Yeah, I should be fine in winter. Anyway, I'm gonna chill now. You take it easy, guys. See you tomorrow. Just the last one. It's almost 9 o'clock, I think. Is it 9 o'clock? Can't see. Right, yeah, 9 o'clock in the evening. And I'm just venturing out into the meadow bit, just so you can see this lovely red cloud. I think the sun's really finally going down and it's just catching the light into that cloud there. Looks like a huge plume of flame, doesn't it? Oh well, just thought I'd leave you with that. Good night, guys.